for legal reasons, it's a joke.
Guess we're gonna have to go with my question about furries then.
Diaper.
We don't have to kill the children to stop them.
I am the thought of staring. Yep.
Welcome everyone. Today is a very special day.
Why is
Very
it special?
important day.
Why is it important?
We have invited the most intelligent of geniuses to gather today to fix some of the world's most annoying problems.
Yeah.
However, none of them were able to make it,
Oh.
so we are stuck with these two,
Hi, I'm waving at the camera.
John and Alan.
Hello.
I, Gretchen, will be the host today. I have a selection of 20 things here that we need to either improve or just, make it better, find a way to make it more convenient, what have you. I'll give you an example.
Okay.
So, vehicles. Gasoline puts harmful gases into the atmosphere. So many people have them like that, drive them every day. Here's how we can fix them. Return to horse and carriage. Problem solved.
Alright.
If you're a solo person, you just have your horse. If you have multiple people, you want a carpool. Carriage.
We're not gonna address the problems that come with this, right?
No.
Okay. Just checking.
So today we are going to be fixing problems. However, since we don't have degrees in any of these problems, money is not a limiting factor. Reality is not a limiting factor.
Okay.
Time period is not a limiting factor. You have no limiting factors except what you have in your own imagination.
The most limiting of all.
Yes. So, to pick, I have this lovely large purple D20, 20-sided die, and we're going to be rolling it to pick. Are you gentlemen ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ready as it can be.
The third gentleman is approaching.
The third gentleman.
Welcome,
Join
third
us.
gentleman.
Cecil, come here.
The
Come
most
on.
genius
No,
of us
the
all.
camera.
Oh.
No, he just knows that he would win. He's giving you
I just
two
wanted
a chance.
to show up on camera.
I think he's camera shy.
Yeah. Shame.
All right. I'm rolling the die of fate. 2.
2.
We're going to be fixing taxes today.
Yeah.
Oh man, no, this is
taxes.
perfect. I just did mine like yesterday.
Taxes. Remember, you do not need to worry about keeping to reality.
I've been chosen.
I'm just going to mark that down.
You carry on. Is it our turn? Are we going?
We're fixing taxes.
Okay.
How would you make taxes better or worse?
No taxes. Problem solved.
If one of you thinks that your idea is genuinely better, or if you think it'll, we're not necessarily doing points. Unless you want me to...
Why do you look at me?
Because you're the person that I have to decide with who's going first.
Do you want
I'm
me
just
to
looking to
roll
see
to
if
decide
you have-
who
Roll.
goes
I'm below
first?
10. He's above 10.
I'm going to do odds and evens.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
even.
odds. Perfect.
He's very odd.
5.
Okay.
Wait, I didn't want that. Shoot. Biggest problem with taxes, right, is that they exist. So
Yes.
step 1 would be just remove them. But you can't really just remove them, right? Because you need to have funding for things. We just need alternative methods for funding these things, right?
And that would be...
I'm getting there. What if we just had everybody collectively... No, I'm out of gas. I don't know where I'm going. We can start off by returning the tax code to where it was previously, where it's not thousands of pages long. I don't know what we even
No
added.
one likes to read manuals after all.
Yeah, I mean, it also just makes it needlessly complex. Why do we even have thousands? I would love to get a summary of the entire tax code, just to see, because obviously they have to use a lot of legal jargon in order to explain it very thoroughly, so that there are the loopholes that there are that they want, clearly. Not that I'm saying I'm for the loopholes. I'm definitely not for the loopholes, but simplify the tax code. That is my answer. So go revert it back to, I don't know, at least 2000 era. We had the internet then, so I reverted to a previous state in which it was simpler.
All right. Forget everything he
Return to
said.
simple. Okay.
I'm
Forgot.
gonna do what he said, but better. Okay.
Okay, explain.
Monarchy. All right. So hear me out.
Wait, how does this fix the tax?
So why do people hate taxes? They pay money.
Mm-hmm.
It's complicated. Paying money, not really gonna get around that. That's just gonna happen. So just make it simple. Just have your tax collectors run around and say, "Hey, give me this much money,"
Wait.
and they're gonna extort people, but that's okay.
Extortion is
Extortion is
okay.
okay.
You could just like sue them or something, but they work for the king, so the king's gonna be like, "No, you're wrong." But that's okay, because taxes will be nice and simple. No more headaches. No more ads for various tax services, which are very annoying.
You can cut out the middleman.
Yeah, just the king sends his goons.
A whole profession just dies.
Yep.
But it'll create jobs of tax collecting.
There you
Just
go.
knocks on your door.
That also
Opportunity-
involve
when
extortion.
Opportunity comes knocking.
Literally, except it's not opportunity. It's like the
It's
opposite.
your taxes.
Debt comes knocking on your door, and you gotta pay up, or you get guillotined. I think I've made my case.
Bravo. Great answers, both of you. My mind has been opened.
So who wins?
We're not.
We'll find out at the end. Look, she can decide.
This is a forum. This is a
A
panel.
forum, of course. My bad. I shouldn't bring such low
We're not-
competition into our intelligence discussion.
Exactly. All right, gentlemen.
What happens if you roll the same number?
A few rerolls.
I reroll.
Okay.
Number 1. We're fixing traffic.
Just kill people. Oh my god, it's so simple. Less people, less traffic. It's all done. Easy.
There you go. There you go.
Just
it's hard
kill
to beat.
people.
It's hard to
It's
beat
really
that one.
hard to beat. I was gonna say just get rid of cars, but like you said is better. Like, okay, I can expound though.
Expound.
Get rid of traffic
Expound,
lights.
King.
No
So,
traffic lights.
Getting rid of traffic lights will kill people.
You're killing 2 birds with one stone.
Yeah, so you don't have to wait at the light, and it's survival of the fittest. So all the people who we want to get rid of would be dead anyways.
Some people will not be able to ever move on from one traffic signal.
Yeah,
And but
People who
eventually
drive like I do.
everybody else will just die, and then they'll be able to go.
Okay.
Look, okay.
Won't that screw up traffic in the short term before the people are dead? I'm saying
Look.
cull the masses.
Look.
Just do it.
Long-term plans.
Look,
Okay.
we're solving problems without the use of logic today.
Yeah, cull the masses.
That's true.
New idea.
No idea.
We
Mhm.
keep the traffic lights, but instead of the push button to like cross the street, the push button teleports you to another traffic light of your choosing.
I was distracted by.
Hear me
this
out.
button.
Hear me out. Remove traffic lights.
Mhm.
Or, no, actually, everything stays as it was, but I have now a method to the killing of the people.
A method to the madness.
Yeah. If you fuck up, like, we just have an all-knowing monitor system, so, AI, it's gonna get there at some point.
ChatGPT, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If you screw up, like, if you forget your turn signal or something, you just die. You just instantly, you're added to a list, and then, the tax collectors, how they just show up? Well, the colors will just show up at your door and say, I'm sorry, but you have fucked up in traffic.
So we're going further with the monarchy now.
Yes!
The king is ChatGPT.
Yes! Yes!
I think
Mitty
we've
and
solved
I
every
overlords.
problem on your list already. I think we can move on.
I don't
think
know.
we-
I have some things on here that cannot be solved by monarchy. I think.
Try me.
If you can solve everything that comes up today via monarchy,
You-
you will win.
You just gave him a challenge that he is most certainly going to attempt. I guarantee
And
it.
I'm here to see him try. Okay, ready
Right.
for the next
Hit
one?
me with the next one. Or we'll both
Rolling
hit
again. I'm starting to think this die is a little bit weighted.
Just roll better.
We rolled number 5. Good
Yours-
old number 5. Make MMOs better.
We just wait for the Riot MMO to come out, and that'll fix everything.
True. The Monarch Riot Games will just make all the MMOs. Mark Merrill, Monarch Merrill. For those of you who don't know, Mark Merrill is the CEO of Riot.
One of the founders, not the CEO.
Not the
CEO is
CEO.
held by a different guy that's like a
I don't know
business
what I'm
person, I
talking
believe.
about. Mark
One of the
Merrill,
founders.
He's the god of League of Legends.
Mark Merle.
Monarch Merrill is going to save MMOs. Period. Why'd you have to pinhole me in this? You're really limiting my creativity here by challenging me.
You can choose not to.
No, I can't.
Should I rescind the challenge?
I've still been
It's already
challenged.
happened. You can't.
You're right.
Everybody in the entire globe is subjective to a non-branded MMO where if they die in the game, they die in real life. And then after like a certain amount of people are dead, the people who live get to inherit the earth.
Interesting
And this
idea.
this feeds into all of our previous ideas of killing people. See, it's
The
solving.
grand unifying theme.
I have just murdered an entire flock with a single stone.
It will trickle down to all of our
Trickle
issues.
down flockonomics.
We are rolling again.
Rolling.
6.
Okay.
Make gacha games better.
Is this like a
Impossible. No, they're perfect as is. I'm cripplingly addicted.
That's a powerful stance you're taking, sir. That's
Is
a
this-
powerful stance.
You can't fix gotcha. I'll have an actual solution afterwards. I just want to state how hopelessly addicted I am. Joke idea number 2
Mhm.
is simply just remove the gotcha aspect of it altogether. Again, revert to older games. They were better, just objectively. But no, actual idea. Honestly, just do what the EU is doing right now because they're basically solving a lot of stuff. So one of the things they're doing is they're saying that a lot of the dark patterns that are present now, they're ruling against them. Dark patterns are things that are psychologically manipulative, such that people will do not what they want and what benefits, in this case, the gacha company more. So that's why there are different non-real currencies, and you don't pay $10 for a skin or a character. You pay $10 for a currency to pay that currency to get the skin or the character. It basically creates a barrier of seeing how much the thing you're purchasing actually is equal to, and that causes you to be more likely to spend the money to buy the thing. So they're ruling against that. Now, we don't know how broad that application will be, but that's one way, is you just remove the intermediary currency so that you're less likely to get something that you don't realize how expensive it is, effectively. That, along with, now this is going to sound like a joke, but it's add more gacha games to compete with each other.
There's so many.
But there are a lot right now. Add direct competitors and then have them compete. Because if you can avoid the collusion, like, so for example, right now, the big one that I like to hit on is Genshin and Wuthering Waves are direct competitors. I mean, they are not the same game, but their gameplay is very similar, their summoning system is incredibly similar, and just the way the game functions is stupidly similar. And all of a sudden, after Wuthering Waves releases with a lot of quality of life updates, all of a sudden Genshin started getting quality of life updates left and right to match. That is to say, go play Wuthering Waves. It's awesome.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored, notably. I just like the game.
I'll become the gotcha monarch. See?
Whoa,
The gacha
whoa,
monarch.
That's a bold move.
And
I'm here for it. Go on.
yeah. Well, each banner will be one mature, attractive woman and one man. I'll,
just man.
Just
He
man.
doesn't have to be attractive.
I'll outsource my man designing to someone. Someone.
Someone presumably attracted to men.
And no more children. Children are banned.
Children are bad. We are having a child crisis already. We are not helping that.
These are fictional
No,
children.
I'm talking
It's
about
different.
characters. No more
They're
children
fictional
characters.
children.
And no more children playing the games. Banned.
That's genius,
Brilliant.
actually.
Not
Wait.
not killing the children, but they're just not allowed to play the games.
I mean,
Because they're just ruining it for everybody. Let's be honest.
How would we prevent the children from playing the games?
Our monarch will install software into whatever device, and it'll just know if it's a child playing, and it makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not logic. So
Not logic.
it's not logical, but it does make
Not
sense.
logical, but it makes sense. Okay.
I
Yeah,
do
so
like the
yeah.
getting rid of children, to be
Uh-huh.
honest with you.
Uh-huh.
Alan
know-
hates children.
We know this already!
I also hate
I mean,
children.
I do too.
We just alienated half the population.
They understand.
They
Some children came and banged on our door for no reason yesterday, so I'm a little bit salty with children right now.
Yeah, they hit the door so loud. There were 4 of us in the apartment. We're all like, did something fall over? Did something break? Anyways, topic.
Yeah, preventing children,
Have we
honestly.
fixed gotcha games? Have we made
I
them
think
better?
I
Eternally
have fixed
better?
the gotcha games. And I will fix
They're
gotcha
the way
games.
they are.
Perfect way they are? Okay. We're moving
Okay.
on now.
Yeah, we need another topic in here. We've debated long
Alright,
enough.
we're rolling again.
13.
Number 13. Okay, this is gonna be a fun one. Language.
One language. If you don't speak English, you die!
Yep. Okay. Get it out of the way. Just to compound on it a little bit. One, kill everybody who doesn't speak English. Monarch kills everybody who doesn't speak English. We got the monarch out of the way.
Yeah, that's
We got the
pretty
killing
easy.
people
That's
out of the
pretty
way.
Like that's a quota at this point.
Now hear me out, because I haven't thought this one fully through yet.
That's fine. That's even better.
We just make so many languages that nobody understands each other anymore. Could be fun.
Could be fun.
And then we all use ChatGPT to decipher what we're all saying.
Yeah, solve next.
Yeah.
All right.
Look, we're on time here. We gotta.
Come on, we're trying to solve the world here.
4.
4.
Conventions. Make conventions better.
Again.
Kill people.
Knowledge.
Monarch just doesn't let people who I don't like go to the conventions. I'm not the monarch, but we're good friends.
Oh shit, now I have to do the option that isn't just kill people. Honestly, just do what AX Anime Expo did last year. Have an outdoor area that will have the outdoorsy people be out there for, and it'll be just infinitely less crowded. And then
What
it's awesome.
I keep saying is just take over all of
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Somewhere
So-
in Los
We just kick everybody out of Los Angeles, everyone, and turn it into Convention City.
Anime Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Los Anime.
No, convention,
Los Anime.
Convention Capital, Convention Kingdom, Convention City, all these are good.
With the convention monarch in power.
Yes. We just have it like airports are just cheap there, like airplane tickets are just cheap. Hotels are free. Food is, you can pay a little bit for food. They need to get paid. Hotel
Just
workers-
the food service people, not the hotel people
No,
or
hotel
anybody else?
workers don't need, they don't need to be paid.
Just ignore the fact that they were on strike for that, what, last year?
Yeah.
And the year before that, I
Or
think
was it the year
too.
before?
No, I think it's been like every year for the past couple of years.
No, Convention City is just a
years
utopia
ago.
where you don't need money to work or to like, to get by.
So just
you,
create utopia?
yeah, just create utopia. Everybody just works because they want to, because
No
it's the
one
right
is
thing to
working.
do. And so everybody just is like, hey, give me a hamburger. And they're like, you got it.
We go back to trading
It's just like
goods for
communism.
services.
Bartering! So we're going back to bartering. How do we handle disagreements over the bartering?
There are none.
There aren't. They're
It's,
just.
it's
they're
Convention City. You know how in Baldur's Gate, it's like, this is a good trade.
Yes.
It's just that. Everybody, there's just a UI,
oh.
and the UI is just omniscient. It's not even like an entity. It just is. No, don't.
We
you
want
two-
it. I'm gonna say it.
We're not doing that.
I'm gonna say it.
So you just put your item in, and they put their item in, and you're like, you just. It's not even like a number that displays. You just know, and then it works.
That's very
Convention
good.
City. It's perfect. It's paradise. It's maybe communism.
Maybe a little communism?
Wait, I feel like communism is the opposite of a monarchy, though.
Yeah. Communism with a monarch. It's just, what do they call it in Helldivers 2? It's just managed communism. So what's your big idea then?
I didn't have. Wait. So we're just gonna have like a checklist of like we're gonna You've heard of gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss? We're gonna steal the gatekeep part of that shit. So. You cannot go in unless you have like certain level. Like, okay, so we're going back to the AI overlord, right?
Uh-huh.
So they have certain criteria, and you don't get to go to Anime Expo unless you meet the certain criteria. So that's like, have you watched enough niche anime, or have you watched enough regular anime? Have you watched enough diverse genres of anime? Have you? Are you just someone who starts feuds on public forums? No, you don't get to come.
Will it check if they have like a My Anime List account?
No, because that's too simple. People can fake that.
I think you could just make the account. I don't
What
think
do
you
you-
need to fake it.
What? No,
Oh, you
I'm
mean
saying
like
you could just
the
add shows
content
that you
of your
watched.
My
Yeah,
Anime List. Okay.
yeah. Because
I
people
thought
could
you just
fake.
meant like if you had it in general. Like,
Okay, if we had like
Well, they
true-
check if you have it, and they filter out the ones that don't have it, because we all know that people who don't have a My Anime List account aren't real anime watchers.
Well, okay,
That was a joke.
I've met some chill, casual anime fans that I'm okay with.
so
there
how do
are
they
a lot
factor
that are
into the
not.
algorithm?
So it's a level like chillness. That's why I said like if you cause beef or you're too elitist, then you just don't get to come. Like I'm sorry, you can be as like broadly diversified and stuff, but if you start in beef and you're like, oh, that's your favorite anime? Nah, stay away. You don't get to come.
So we're gatekeeping, but the elitist gatekeepers aren't allowed.
Yes. No. You don't understand. We're gatekeeping people who
It's
are
the only way to
problematic.
make nice society.
We're gatekeeping gatekeepers.
Exactly. It's in the name.
Just gatekeep people that are problematic. That means gatekeepers who are just well, you haven't actually done anime thing. Like those people problematic. You mean them animes? I love my Naruto. Those people also bad. Just what I said.
Sometimes those people can be fun.
Sometimes. But like anime,
We do a
they're
double-
allowed to exist. I'm not calling them. I'm just saying they don't get to go to anime.
They don't get killed, but they don't get to come to Convention City.
Exactly. No. I wasn't even building. We could build off of Convention City, but I was just saying, go back. Anime Expo, but we just don't allow problematic people.
Yeah, they're just a vibe check.
Yeah, it's the vibe check. We have our AI overlord vibe check these people, and if they don't pass the vibe check, they don't get in.
There's a
Really?
vibe check and there's a secondary have you watched enough anime check.
Which one comes first? This is
I don't
important.
know. Probably that. Probably the vibe
Well,
check. No.
No, because again, there are
feel
chill
like the
people who
have
watch
you
not
watched-
that much anime.
Yeah, I feel like the have you watched enough anime thing could be a little bit of a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because some people could just be, they could be baby weebs.
Yeah.
And they're
Baby
just
weebs.
getting into
Okay. Also,
You lose.
we are just
baby
fixing.
of booze. It's so good. It's so good.
Look,
We babies.
we are just
No, I don't
fixing
like
Anime
that.
Expo. We're not fixing all conventions.
No, we're fixing,
We're
all,
fixing
conventions.
all conventions.
Oh, we're fixing all conventions. Oh, okay.
I mean, we can focus on one kind
No,
and just
I think-
apply it. We can
Okay,
apply
okay.
and,
So-
just like artificial intelligence, learns and adapts. We can do that to the other genres of conventions.
Well, so what I was gonna say is I can adopt it then. Adapt it then. So Anime Expo, we have the
Adopt the
vibe check,
convention.
and we have the because we'll have entry level expos and stuff for newbies to go to, right?
You
And
gotta work
we'll
your
have
way
some
up the expo
Diversify the
hierarchy.
convention.
Okay, yeah. So basically, we'll have like different tiers of conventions, right? And like, there's different levels of gatekeeping. That way, the elitists can have their own little convention where they can all be assholes to each other, right? Then I don't have to deal with that.
He's onto something. I gotta admit, he's onto something.
They're allowed to exist. They go to their own little convention where they all be mean to each other. I rest my case.
And then the ones who see the error of their ways because of how horrible they are allowed back into Anime Expo.
It's just like League of Legends back when we had the Tribunal and the Toxic Queue or whatever. Anyway, yeah, I think we're done. Solid.
That was a pretty good
That
discussion.
was solid. That was solid.
Roll the omniscient die.
We're rolling.
18.
Our next hurdle to jump over is chores around the house, cleaning the house. How
Yeah.
would you improve that experience, make it better.
Kill the cat.
Make it.
I'm kidding.
Does he lose a point for
I'm
that?
kidding.
Cecil left because of that.
Yeah,
You made my
well,
cat leave.
I mean, you gotta admit, it would make cleaning a lot easier.
I refuse.
Okay, so we have the Dirt Monarch, right?
The Dirt Monarch.
The Dirt Monarch commands the dirt to leave the houses.
The Dirt Monarch sounds more like someone who just has the dirt on everybody in existence.
That could
It
be a
does
different
sound like
Dirt
that.
Monarch, but this Dirt Monarch commands all the dirt, all the unwanted things, all the stains. The stains just get up and leave. He's the Dirt Monarch.
They get up and they dance away.
Also, if you kill people, then the houses don't need as much cleaning. They still probably get.
I feel like they
dusty
need
and
more
stuff.
cleaning if you kill them in the houses.
Well, don't kill them in the houses.
Just take them out back
But
and
then
then
if there
kill
aren't
them.
any people in the houses, there aren't any people to keep those houses clean.
Roombas?
True. Nature reclaiming.
Yeah. What is dirtiness?
True.
If there's no one there to see dirt, is it really dirty?
This is a new question to ponder.
It only,
Would you call a park dirty? Why? Because it's full of dirt?
Do we simply make everyone blind then so they cannot see the dirt and therefore
No, because you
it's
can
not
still
dirty?
feel the dirt. You can still taste the dirt. You can smell noses. You know, trash smells real bad.
Yeah, it does.
He's returned.
See,
Nature is
he knows,
healing.
he knows who doesn't want to kill him.
No, he just knows which spot of the couch is open.
Yeah.
And isn't in between two people.
Yeah. So cleaning, right? So my solution
Mm-hmm.
is that we just get a magical universal cleaning substance, right? And it can be applied to any surface, right? And then we just apply it everywhere. You know, like the chrome world in SpongeBob, that one episode? We basically just do that, but just without the chrome, just the cleanliness. You just universal cleaning solvent, just boop, 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 on everything. Yeah. Also, look. So killing all of the people would make it clean eventually, right? But that's a hassle, right? That's a lot of people to kill. We just killed the dirty ones. Arbitrary level of like, if you're dirtier,
I
then
feel
this
like we've been
amount.
killing lots of people this whole time. So only now bringing up that's a lot of people to kill is.
Look. It has to do with the cleanliness aspect. If you kill everyone, then it's only the people who are left that have to clean up the dead people.
That's true.
But if you
No
only
one
kill the
wants to do
dirty
that,
people,
including
then all the
myself.
clean people are still alive to clean up the dirty people, and then we
Yeah.
just live in a cleaner place.
All the alive people have to deal with alive oblige. The responsibility of the alive people to maintain a clean world.
By the way, this is an ongoing cleansing process. If you become a dirty person, you just
You hear a knock at your door.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tax collectors, they're also the dirty people collectors. And then all the people who are dead, unless their children deserve it, their money goes to the government, therefore no more taxes. If the children deserve the money, they can have the money.
I will say a caveat: if your dirtiness is not hurting other people, like if you live alone, I don't really care if you're that dirty.
Yeah, but it's not about you, Alan. It's about solving dirty.
Society, yeah, okay. But yeah, universal cleaning solvent just seems pretty good to me.
That'd be pretty cool. I would buy that
Just like
if I could afford it.
you just get like it. We'll find a way to manufacture it that's super cheap. We'll probably find out years later that it causes cancer, but we'll just spray it everywhere.
We'll be clean, so
Yeah, we'll be clean. What does it matter?
Just clean the cancer.
Whoa.
exactly. It's a universal cleaning solvent.
Yeah.
So who's to say it
Whoa.
wouldn't work on the cancer too?
Okay, but like bacteria and germs are considered dirty, but we need some of those to live.
Well, no, because the good ones aren't dirty.
I see. Okay. Cecil has left me, and I feel hollow now.
So we can also drink the stuff. Is what I'm hearing.
Well, that would solve like world clean water, but no, it probably wouldn't be if it's universal cleaning solvent.
Well, no, because it's magical, so it only gets rid of the bad stuff.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like that's
It
too
might
much
be a
of
bit
a
uncomfortable.
that's basically like just saying, well, I make a fix everything button and it just fixes everything, and I can apply it to every single problem. It's too easy. It's too powerful.
Alan hates people. Everyone with cancer,
we
Alan
talk-
wants them to die.
No. That was not the. Whoa. That is not what I
You
said.
heard it straight from his mouth. He doesn't want his magical fluid to cure cancer.
No, I'm saying that it'd be too. Look, if I could do it, but that just seems like too easy of an answer. Like, I feel like it's not reasonable.
Answer sounds like cancer.
I don't know what to say to that, man.
I rest
Are we
my
good?
case.
Are we good
Move
on
on.
I think we're good with Columbus.
Alright,
I think we're good.
We're rolling
My
again.
cheek hurts from smiling.
We're re-rolling.
Rerolling.
Roll.
17.
That's a new
All right, we're going downwards. We're just counting down.
I shouldn't look at the list. I don't have that knowledge.
Make anime better.
Okay, this is just a callback to what I said
This is going
previously.
to be
You can't.
heavily opinion based,
Probably.
just.
I already think it's pretty awesome because, to be quite frank, answering in a more serious manner, there's so much diversity of different anime. You've got your trash anime for people who enjoy that. You've got amazing ones just for different genres and stuff that people like. You've got your hyper, super well animated stuff. Like, there's so much diversity in it. I don't think that there's really that big of a problem with anime in general. Because, like, the
I'm
answer
not saying
to
there is. I'm just saying make it better.
the answer to bad anime is simply not to watch them. And that's highly opinion based. Now, this is the simple, stupid, easy answer. The real answer here to making anime better is that you just only allow the anime that I like. Because my taste is superior to everyone
No,
else's.
no.
You make me the anime monarch, and then I determine.
I think I have the superior taste here.
You're
That
the-
would have been the correct answer.
Okay. Well,
Not that I'm saying there is a correct answer.
Mhm.
This is just, we're bouncing ideas around here. It's a panel.
also you get all. I mean, the real answer. Also, this is not really anything against Japan, but they got some weird things in their culture, and maybe if we could get the very talented animation and beautiful storytelling without the weird parts of their culture. And I feel like it's pretty objectively weird, certain parts of the culture. You know what I'm talking about. We just don't have that. I don't want to get demonetized. I'm not saying.
I'm just waiting for my turn to speak.
Go.
It's my turn to speak now. So, the problem with anime is that there's just too much of it. Okay? There's just way too much of it. Just get rid of all the bad anime, and then the overall quality of good anime, or of anime, just goes up. And therefore, anime is just better through math.
Through math.
Through math. The average
Couldn't have
anime
said it better
is
myself.
just better. If you go to, like, whatever, anime ranking sites, the average rank of anime would
Do you
be
trust
higher.
those rankings?
No.
Okay.
That's not the point. The point is the number would go higher because all the bad ones are gone.
This is true. I mean, you're not wrong in saying that.
Just get rid of all the bad anime. It's that easy.
Alright.
And also
Oh, wait,
pay animators
wait.
more, probably.
Okay, so there's the AI Overlord. We have the AI watch all of the anime in existence.
No, that's stupid.
and
You just get rid of all the bad anime.
Well, I'm getting to that, but I'm just saying
No.
we just have it go through all of the anime, and
No,
then
because then the bad anime will be in there too.
no, I'm saying it just it culls the bad anime.
Okay.
It screens them, if you will. Like it has to go to the AI Overlord to get screened before it's allowed to be released to the masses. And then if you're responsible for producing a bad one, you get culled. Gotta bring it back.
Okay,
As
I do have a
said
problem with that.
before, the punishment is death always.
I have a problem with that because, like,
Okay.
what if you make a bunch of good anime and you just make one bad one? Then we're losing, like, a really valuable.
You get a few. You get like,
So, like,
3
it's
strikes. You're out.
3 strikes?
Yeah, 3 strikes. And they will fade over time. So if you're like, if you make a lot of good ones and then you get 1 strike, but then you make a lot of good ones without making a bad one for a while, then the strike goes away. You have to have like a
You can
streak of
appeal.
bad.
Okay, so it's like Beat Saber. It's like you miss a note, the bar goes down, but then you hit more notes and the bar slowly fills back up.
Probably. I'm not familiar with Beat Saber that
Well,
well.
I just explained it.
Yes, I'm aware. I'm assuming yes.
If you miss like X in a row, then it just, and then you fail the song.
Yes, and in this case, failing the song is equal to death.
Death.
Yes, good. We're on the same page. Solved.
Okay, yeah. That's our submission.
Good work, good work. Thank you. I appreciate any and all submissions.
I just
Alright.
want to say we're doing a great collaborative PvP effort on this.
All right, we're rolling again. 11.
Okay, we haven't done that one, I don't think.
Use a D6 if you would like to use it instead.
Man, no.
Dogs.
Dogs. Kill them. No more dogs.
Oh my god. I mean, look, I'm
Talk
not the
about
biggest dog
An
person.
opinion.
I'm not the biggest dog person, but I don't think they should all be killed. Man, this is terrible because I have friends who, bless them, I love them, they love their dog, but they had a very yappy dog. And I like the dog too, but it was very yappy.
Alright, I got a better answer.
Okay.
We selectively breed all dogs to just breed out their vocal cords.
Oh! Wait, he's cooking!
Just no more vocal cords. Period. That's it.
Or at
That's the
least
one.
diminished vocal cords, so they're like they can't be loud enough to be annoying.
The ones that are really cute though, they can like make cute sounds, they can keep their vocal cords.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So you
What about
breed
ones that
them.
make funny sounds?
Yeah. Well, because funny can sometimes also turn into annoying. Like we've all seen the like husky videos.
They all
They're
have
like,
collars
"Oh,
that kill them if they become annoying. This is awful. I'm sorry if you're a dog lover. We're just speaking about killing them.
We don't hate dogs.
We don't actually hate dogs, but admittedly,
But they can be really annoying.
sometimes, yeah. Okay, but yeah, I like your idea of selectively breeding them. So we breed them down to where they can only make either like quieter noises or like really cute noises, just like things that are less annoying. Because
Yeah.
like I'm gonna be honest, I can deal with like someone annoying some of the time. It's just like the constantly annoying all the time.
Yeah.
Those ones, yeah,
We're not trying to make them perfect. We're trying to make them better.
exactly.
We just shrink the vocal cords. I don't know if that's how that works.
That is
You said
definitely
it to
not how it
W
works.
for Wumbo.
No, Wumbo is
No, you said it to M for Mini.
M for mini.
And then you zap those vocal cords. And so they just make chipmunk sounds.
That would be worse, I think.
But quiet chipmunk sounds.
Maybe. I don't know. Again, I don't know that has how vocal cords and voice box
You
works.
shrink them until they no longer exist.
Can I get that on like my vocal cords?
That'd be nice.
All right. Well, we saw that. I don't have any further additions to be quite frank for that one.
That was pretty good.
Magic leashes
What do these magic leashes do?
prevent the dog from not being leashed.
Universal remote.
Oh yeah, just
Oh,
they're not.
Yeah,
they're
because
not.
like dogs like poop and stuff, and that's really bad for.
Okay,
people
so
who
they
don't
have
know.
diapers. Just
Dog diapers.
dog diapers.
But then you have to change the diapers.
The owner.
That's a problem for the owners to deal with.
Yeah, not me.
The problem is that
I
we have
don't
to deal
own
with
a
it when
dog.
we're not the owners.
Look, the dogs can do whatever they want in their. Well, the owners can do whatever they want with the dog in their own property, but like, dogs out on a walk, diaper.
Yep.
It just happens. It's part of the magic leash. It's the leash and diaper.
Come to the set.
Yeah, it just snaps on there. If you want
It's
to
a
get
required purchase when you get the dog.
if you want to get like your own leash and diaper combination, you're allowed to do that. You can get like upgrades, but like
Upgrades, everyone loves
if
upgrades.
you don't do it, it just happens. Or maybe the
Even like
King's
basic.
tax collector guys come around and make sure your
They-
dog.
Also check for dog diaper.
These are very versatile tax collectors. That's why they're
They
allowed.
better be getting paid very well.
That's why they're allowed to extort people.
Oh.
Because their job is actually hard.
Where are
If
they gonna
you
find
know-
the time to extort these people?
If you don't,
See, it's
There
a
are
self-solving problem.
there are many days in a month. There are many days in a year.
Yeah, and people walk their dogs every day.
It's
You
true.
can just do your. Yeah. You do random checks.
Yeah, it's kind of like police, where
Is
they just
the-
walk around and if they see a dog without the leash or the diaper, death.
I was just gonna ask, what is the punishment for not?
For the owner. The dog finds a new owner or a new home or whatever. Because it's not the dog's fault.
I feel like if you can't follow that simple rule, especially if like we make the basic combo.
And while we're at
free-
it, this might be on your list, shopping carts. If you don't put your shopping cart away, the tax collectors, death.
dude, that is. That's wild to me that people don't put back shopping carts. At least like because they have the things nearby.
I
Yep.
was shopping the other day, and this man was parked one spot away. There was one spot between him and the little thing where you put the cart back, and he left it in the empty spot next to him, got in his car and drove away.
Death.
Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely. No, what?
On site.
What? I don't know.
All right, next one.
Next topic. I'm baffled that that's a thing that people have done.
We're rolling. All right, this one's gonna be hard because they're already perfect. Make crabs better.
Oh.
We just need more of them, I think.
Yeah.
We need the Crab King, aka the Crab Monarch,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna just like dictate that crabs just have more babies, and then he's gonna protect the crab people from fishers because, like, come on, you don't really need to eat
No, we
crab.
just cull the crab predators.
No, that's people.
No. Okay, aside from people,
There are other creatures. that
there are other
crabs.
creatures that
Okay.
eat crabs.
But
Well, I like
hold
those
on, hear me out. So
We
I'm
call
not,
some
I'm not
of
done
them.
yet. So the Crab King,
But sea otters are already endangered, and they're one of them. Sorry, continue.
the Crab King, right? He
The
really
crab-
likes to party. So sometimes he throws crab raves.
Mhm.
And so you'll just be like walking down the beach, and you'll see a group of crabs just having a good time, and they won't bother you. Heck, you can join in the rave if you're approved by the crabs. Otherwise, the
If not,
crab
they'll kill you.
the crab tax collectors will come by and they'll kill you.
Revenge of the crabs. I don't know that I got a better one for this. I was gonna do something stupid with the Krusty Krab, but like,
I did say crabs are like darn near perfection, so
yeah, honestly, just cull some of the predators, the ones that there are more of, and make more of the food source that they eat, so that they make more of them.
So crabs become the dominant species and just take over the world, destroy the ecosystem.
Oh, I mean,
don't
we
need
still
that.
exist, and I mean, if crabs are that plentiful, I mean, we'll keep them in check.
That's true.
I'm
I don't
keeping
know why I
world
look
order.
to you to agree with Alan.
Look, I'm keeping the world order here, okay? But just
Yeah.
more
I
crabs.
mean I can't eat them because I'm allergic, but
I eat them.
you guys can eat them.
I never had
Pop off.
crab.
Any kind of crab. You've never had any kind of crab before.
Nope.
Wow. I mean, so king crab and butter. Very nice.
I've heard that it's good.
It's good. Yeah. I would not have it like every day, but it's good. It's good. It's also expensive, I think.
There's a lot of food I haven't tried, and people are like, "Whoa, you haven't tried that?" Like, yeah, I don't know. I stay
Give me
in my
some.
lane.
What have you not tried?
Sushi.
Okay, sushi is a broad category of food.
Yeah, I mean the closest I've had is like onigiri.
Okay, so you haven't had like even just like a sashimi or anything?
Nope.
Just you've never had any non-cooked fish.
Not that I know of.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's surprising, but I mean, I don't blame you either. Sushi's expensive, man.
Yeah.
Same with
Ramen.
crab, by the way.
Never had ramen. Technically, I've never had specifically ramen. I've tried pho once.
What
from
about
a place-
not even like cup noodle type ramen?
Oh well, cup noodle. That's not ramen.
Okay, top ramen,
Yeah.
the 99-cent kind.
Yeah. I've had. Of course, I've had that.
Okay. Well, then you've had ramen.
But that's more salt than ramen.
I mean, yeah, but it's still ramen.
No.
It's just top ramen.
No.
That's literally what it is.
No.
It's literally called that.
I reject. Santen Keshi.
We're Bleach fans, if you couldn't tell.
Anyways, what's the topic?
Crabs, making crabs better. I think
Crabs?
we solved
I
it.
think we're done with
I think we're done
crabs.
with crabs.
We're rolling again.
Rolling.
3.
School is our next topic.
So some realistic answers, and they don't come without their problems. One of the things that's been floated is that boys develop later, put them in school later. That's an actual real answer that's like being floated. I don't know if it's ever going to actually happen. Be interesting to see if it does. There's also just pay teachers more. It's like, hello, do you see the shit they have to deal with? It is awful. Yeah, I mean, again, we talked about children and how we don't like them earlier. Yeah, well, there's a reason, and teachers have to deal with that every day. Now, they can be sweet and beautiful sometimes, but most of the time, they don't. They're kids. They don't know what they're doing. Okay, now being on to stupid answers, the best kind. Simply don't have school. Why do we need it? People come out of school and they're not even educated anyways. So like, what do we need school for? Come on.
That's what YouTube is for.
Exactly.
Exactly.
If you want the knowledge, you can go get it.
We just kill all the schools. Not the people, just the schools themselves, we kill them. We've got to hit the kill quota. And of course, there's the school monarch, which will just...
Isn't that just the principal?
No. It's above, it's greater
It's
than
the
the principal.
person the principals report to.
No, that's the superintendent, right?
Okay,
I
so we're
guess
just
we're killing
making
the
school
superintendent.
bureaucracy even worse now.
So the superintendent, the monarch fixes all the bureaucracy of school. Okay? And if there's no school bureaucracy, because it's the monarch, he's the absolute, or it,
the AI
they-
overlord. The AI overlord. Because
No,
then we don't have to
no,
pay it.
no. The monarch of unknown gender just runs the schools, all of them. And then there's no conflict of interest. They have a council of teachers or professors or whatever who help them decide curricula, plural. And yeah,
Is this not how school is already run?
no.
To some degree.
No.
Is this not...
Those
like-
greedy
Let's not get into it.
school bureaucrats. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Disclaimer. I do not know anything about school bureaucracy. I just hear that word bureaucracy and assume bad.
I'd say that's fairly accurate for the most part.
The real answer is the friends we made along the way. And so as friends, we teach each other the things that the other friends don't know. So we don't need schools.
But if we don't go to school, then how do we make those friends? I feel like all of the friends I made was via meeting them via school.
You can do a different activity. You can have a different, like, child daycare-esque program.
Where they're just not forced to learn?
Yeah, it's optional learn. It's
Optional
just this
learning.
big, like, megaplex of stuff. And there's, like, classes with no homework that you can just go to and you can just learn stuff. No tests, no pressure, just, hey, you feel like learning? You can learn. You can do, like, you know, for math, for example, you kind of need to do math to learn math. That's just how it is. You can just do it in school. If you don't feel like doing it, you can just sit there and absorb. Which probably won't do much for you, but it's better than nothing.
Optional homework. Because it is proven to be one of the best ways in terms of learning.
Yeah, but I hate it.
Well, but that's why it's optional. You don't have to
I
do
still
it.
have nightmares about homework.
That's
Me
why
too.
you don't have to do it.
Anytime my homework was optional, I didn't do it, and I didn't.
Yeah, that's why it's still used today. It's a pretty good system, actually.
Yeah, but like, I understand, but I hate. I just want to go home and turn my brain off.
I mean, I have
Or
this
not.
solution that
I don't know if I turned my brain off after school, but in high school I did. But before that, I was like, yeah, activity time. I don't know.
look. I know it's not fixing all school, but I feel like where it's worst right now, at least where a lot of people would agree it's worst, is college. Right now is pretty awful. Now, granted,
Make college free.
yeah. See, that's the answer. I mean, making that actually feasible, I don't have an answer for that. But yeah,
That's fine. That's
So the
all
tax
over here.
collector.
yeah, that's not.
when they collect their taxes, they donate half of their extortion to schools.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Seems good to me. Checks out.
Checks out. Moving on.
7. Our next topic that we are either making better or fixing is aging. How would you solve aging? How would you make aging better?
Just kill people before they get old.
Yeah. I'm with him on
That
this
is
one.
the easy answer.
The easy answer, like, okay, we'll get into, like, other answers
And
later,
how do you do that? With the monarch. The monarch sends out his trusty tax collector goons, and they check each house. It's like the census, right?
Mm-hmm.
You find the people who are old, above a certain age, which will be arbitrarily decided by the king,
Mm-hmm.
the monarch,
By the monarch.
not the king, the monarch. And then you just kill them.
Just kill them all.
It's not like a punishment. It's just like the way of life.
I see.
I mean, there's honestly a lot of media series about similar concepts of, like, you just get to a certain age and you just perish. You simply die. I don't know, though. It's kind of rough because, like, some people are, like, very competent, well put together older folks. And then
You
there
could
are,
do
like,
a series of testing.
Vibe check?
Vibe
Similar
check.
to a vibe check, yeah.
Cecil, come here.
Sounds good to me. You don't pass vibe check, you just die. Alright.
Isn't that how the meme started? Something like that? I don't know.
I don't know exactly. I think it's more of a bouncer for a nightclub or something. Vibe check.
Yeah, but I remember like
I mean, I don't know where its first origins were, but
Memes.
that's what I thought it was.
the memes.
What's memes?
I mean, they're used everywhere. I don't know.
What if we just invert aging?
so,
So you're born as an old person. I know this is like
when
a
you get younger.
thing that like movies or shows or whatever have different things I've covered. But like, cause think about it. Children are annoying. If they're old, they can't be as annoying. They don't have the capacity to be as annoying. And old people are basically like babies anyways. They wear diapers. And so then as they become wiser, oh, hey, look, I'm in the prime of my life. I know everything. And then I just turn into
And
a
you're
child.
very capable.
Yeah, and then
Wait.
when you grow up into a child, it's like, okay, well, you were going to be taken care of anyways. Now you're just small.
Okay, how
Because
does
everyone is going to be small at that age, so then who would be the ones put in charge of taking care of
The younger people who are bigger.
this? The old baby.
Just imagine.
I'm starting to see some flaws with this, but
Joe Biden is just a little kid. Much better.
By the way, that was not a political jab one way or the other. That was just a pick any politician that is old jab.
There are a lot to choose from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's again not
Can
go
you
into that.
imagine the White House? It's just a daycare.
What's the
I'm not
difference?
gonna say
I'm
anything.
sorry.
I'm not gonna say anything.
I rest my case.
It's
Reverse
a
it.
weird idea.
Look, I don't know what I
but
agree
it's
with
an
the reverse.
interesting one. I'll give you that.
I don't know. I agree with.
I don't
it.
know how birth would work, but it just would.
We talked about children earlier, and I was like, "Well, skip the child process and just birth them as like an adult, and then that's done." They're like
Just
they're
slap them in
they're
a
mature.
growth chamber until they're in a like.
Dude, there's so many.
Human
There's
size.
dystopian stuff about that,
The
but
hyperbolic time chamber.
No, that's too unreasonable, unrealistic. To put every child in the same chamber, there would be. Have you learned nothing from Lord of the Flies?
You could do the Fire Emblem version and have a pocket dimension.
Well, that's kind of what this is, except it's not a dimension. It's just like a little machine. Seal them away until they're large. Whatever age that happens to be. I don't know, 16 to 18 maybe. Pop them out. Don't put them in there too much though, or else they'll come out bad.
why are you talking about this like there's a food you're putting in the oven?
What's the difference?
I mean, there
The
is a
difference
phrase.
is that I don't put food in the oven.
There is a phrase for making babies.
See? The
Pertaining
lingo is
to
already
ovens.
there. We just don't have the infrastructure.
Okay, I think we've solved old aging.
We've
That's
solved-
the original problem was
We've
aging. I don't
solved
know.
old.
Yeah, we have many viable strategies, and I mean viable.
Because they're no longer old. I'm rolling again.
Yeah.
Trees.
What about them?
Make trees better.
More of them.
Burn them down.
What? I mean, look, with this
Very
guy-
different opinions here.
If we're going with his replacing the atmosphere, if he can keep replacing the atmosphere, then I guess it's not a problem.
I guess. I
Wait,
mean,
no, but then all the humans die. We need those for oxygen.
The ocean gives us most of the oxygen that we breathe.
So,
Okay, so trees is not all-inclusive plants. It's just trees.
Just trees.
But
so,
I like trees.
so
I like
Treebeard,
trees, too.
right? From Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Ents are tree herders.
Yeah.
You could kind of call him the monarch of the trees. He just gets all the trees and puts them somewhere.
Why do you need to go somewhere?
Because, you know.
What are we trying to improve? What's the problem with trees?
I didn't say they
Just
have
make
a
them
problem.
better.
Just make
Look,
them better.
This isn't a problem. This is just a thing to make better. You know, like you got an unwanted tree in your front yard, but you don't want to cut it out. You don't want to kill the tree. Call up Treebeard. Just walks the tree away.
Okay.
I
Plants
like
it
that.
somewhere else.
Listen. So,
Mm-hmm.
the problems with trees are that, like, they shed leaves and stuff a lot, but they kind of need the leaves for photosynthesis,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So what we do is instead turn the trees all green, like the bark and everything, all parts of them are green, so they can do photosynthesis throughout the whole thing. And see, you might bring up, but Alan, then they wouldn't have protective material to protect all the processes that go on inside. What happens if something bumps into them or cuts them or something that could endanger it? Well, that's why you have the tree police. Okay? The tree police, if anybody accidentally or if something goes and attacks the tree, it just gets killed. It's just gone. It's disappeared. You don't get to harm the trees, okay?
That's a good point.
Is
I
that
rest my
another?
case.
Is that another addition to the job description of the tax collector?
Yeah.
Or is this a separate force?
That's my thing. He's not allowed to do
Well,
that.
I'm not-
Okay.
Okay.
All right. How do we really make trees better, though? Is you just breed solar panels into them, and now you've got free solar energy.
Whoa.
Do you know how many trees there are? There's a lot.
Trees. Mm-hmm.
If they were photosynthesizing and electrosynthesizing, which is a word I just made up,
Yes.
it's probably already a thing somewhere. Just making the electricity, just plug the trees in. So we got so much literally green power, literally.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's a word.
Yeah, I reject that word. I don't have a problem with that word. It just doesn't exist to me anymore. So for my purposes, electrosynthesis is the process of a tree turning sunlight into electricity. Specifically a tree. Plants
Well,
doesn't work.
Okay, I was gonna say honestly, the real answer there is just like I don't know what you said. Add solar panels to them. I don't think you do that. I think you find a converter to convert the sugar or the energy that they make, and just route it to all our power plants.
Yeah, but then the trees will die because they'll be hungry.
No, they'll just absorb more sunlight.
He is making them entirely green now, as opposed to just.
No,
being
that's his
green.
idea. This is my idea. Where there's a
Well,
lot.
I'm stealing your idea, yoink.
No, you can't.
He's making alterations to your
I patented
idea.
my idea. It's
Well,
Oh, are you gonna
there's
renew
nothing
that?
you can do about that.
Oh man, he's gonna renew it for the next 200 years.
Oh yeah, my children are gonna make bank off of this idea.
Oh. Anywho, I think we solved trees.
Solar panels, yeah.
More green.
Green solar panels.
No,
Just a
I
blend in.
patented the more green. You don't get to use that.
No, because this isn't the same. You can't. You.
What? No,
I'm-
no,
I'm
no. You
thinking
get to
the
patent your
green.
ideas, and I don't get to patent mine. Hold
No,
on.
because this isn't the tree. This is a solar panel. It's different.
No, I've
Now, the solar
patented green.
panel is the tree. No, because the trees are still green.
Exactly.
Just like you can't patent certain things, you can't patent tree color.
I think we're ready for the next topic.
As the king of patents, I get to decide this.
Wow, when did you get that promotion?
I gave it to myself just now, actually. And if enough people believe it, then it's true.
Anyways.
Have we fixed
reached-
everything?
Everything is fine.
Everything is awesome. Depression is something I would like to fix.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Just
you already
simply
got something.
don't have it. There you go.
Yeah.
Fixed.
Right?
Just look at more motivational posters.
Exactly.
True.
Look at kittens on posters. Boom.
Motivational clam man.
Man, he's the goat. Anyway.
Anyways, who wins? Outro.
Were you keeping track at all?
No, I told you I'm not keeping track of points.
So who wins?
Well, I did give him a challenge,
You did give me a challenge.
and I feel like he succeeded the challenge.
Did
Alan,
kinda
if you
succeed.
think this is unfair, you can speak up and plead your case. I
You
did
just-
like a lot of your ideas.
You're just gonna edit it out.
Well, Gretchen still has to say who wins. I can't just. John wins.
Well,
Wow,
okay,
thank you.
okay. I will say that you did fulfill your mission of attempting to incorporate the monarchy into pretty much everything. I would like to say that my culling the masses was my mission, but I didn't fulfill that as well. Plus, I'm okay with
I
not being
asked
host.
if you wanted a challenge, and you turned me down.
Vote in the comments if you want me to be host at some point, or we can just have me not be host. I love being the guest.
Well, I didn't actually want to win. I just had to beat the challenge. I wanted
Well,
to
too bad you won.
Well,
Get
you
hosted.
surpassed the challenge, so it looks like you're the winner today.
Well, what
The
can I
launch
You
say?
can always-
continues.
I guess. Are we allowed to?
No. You win. You
The
win.
winner,
You become
the
host.
winner is you are the host. Your word is absolute. I am now the winner.
Well, there we go.
What can I say? I was given a challenge. I surpassed it. It's just as simple as that. I knew I was going to win this episode. If I'm being completely honest, my competition just didn't stand even remotely a chance. He uses too much logic, too much deduction. It was over from the start. Do you have any final words? Loser.
I am Logic Man. I do Logic thing, except for when I don't want to. Like, comment, subscribe.